Hey Jews, in this video I'm going to try and explain some of our reality based on my experiences, based on the new understanding that I have from learning the wisdom that is in the Torah. I am learning Torah. I am practicing Judaism. Why do I think the things I think? Because they're in the Torah. Everything I think actually has a source in the Torah. If it's not in the Torah, I do not think that thing, especially when it comes to Jews, Judaism, and reality. Everything I think is in the Torah. And it's also important for me that what I'm learning is actually affecting my actual reality. Like, it makes sense based on also my experience. So let's start with Zionism. I was brought up, like most Jews today, basically a secular Jew. And basically traditional, meaning we did some of the holidays. But I went to a summer camp. And I was young. I was like 11 or 12. And they had this program at the summer camp that was like about the Holocaust. So, of course, I had heard about the Holocaust. I had seen movies and pictures which showed the horrors of the Holocaust. And I was a young, impressionable child, like many of us are when we learn about the Holocaust. And how having the state of Israel is absolutely essential for the nation of Israel to continue, because otherwise there could be Holocaust all the time. So at this summer camp, as children, we had this one day that was like Holocaust Education Day or whatever. And they took us all down into this basement and they squished us all in there together. And they made us imagine what it was like on those trains and the cattle cars going to Auschwitz. And we were going to be burned in the ovens and gassed in the gas chambers and worked to death until we die. So obviously we were very grateful and thankful, and we felt very secure that now we have a state, now we have a country, now we have an army. So this will never happen to us. And from a very young age, this is what we believe. So this information and these experiences and this basically brainwashing of the Holocaust Remembrance Day that we have every single year, followed right after by the Independence Day of the State of Israel, where we're all put in contrast. The horrors of the Holocaust, the redemption of the people because of the State of Israel, the horrors of the Holocaust, the helplessness versus the strength and the safety that we now have because of the State of Israel and because of the army. This is a national trauma bond that the Zionists have perpetrated on the Jews. Holocaust Remembrance Day, trauma. State of Israel Independence Day, safety. But wait, we've been in exile for so long and we never had a state. Wait a minute. And also, actually, more Jews die here every single year than anywhere in the world. And actually, factually, we are the least safe in the state of Israel, not to mention October 7th, where we already know, and I've done a lot of videos on this, that the army stood down. Now, a lot of Jews cannot accept that. Oh, well, this, that, and the next thing. Well, Jew, that is a simpleton. A simpleton believes that. Where smart people actually know and have gone and learned and tried to understand also what happened before the Holocaust, during the Holocaust, after the Holocaust. So how did the Jews survive throughout this very long exile? With God, actually, yes. So by effectively disconnecting the Jew from God, disconnecting the nation of Israel from its spiritual mission, and disconnecting God from Eretz Israel, there's no laws of the Torah here. They, the Zionists, have created a very dangerous situation for the Jews at the end of time, which we are in. But wait, you say, there's so many religious Jews who are doing so many good things. They're just out there doing so many mitzvot and they're doing all these things. Yes, but then haven't you asked yourself, if all these people are actually doing the work of the Jews, meaning they're learning Torah and they're practicing Judaism, then why hasn't the Mashiach come? Because the answer is very simple. It's because we do not understand Torah. Many Jews don't even learn Torah, including all of these people that you see who may or may not be Jews, that are in cults that have been excommunicated. Now, if you know that they're doing avodah zarah, idolatry, not Judaism, then it makes sense that the Mashiach has not come yet, because all these people are not only not doing things that their Jews are supposed to be doing to bring the redemption, but rather they are doing things that are making God angry at us. And that is why we have the situation that we have, because there was established 3 excommunications, and in these excommunications, especially from the Gaon from Vilna and at his time, I've done many videos on this, 3 excommunications. One of the things in the 3rd excommunication is karet. Anyone who joins these excommunicated groups has karet, a spiritual level punishment. So you see now a bunch of simpleton Jews, people who just follow along with anything, just thinking that that's fine, that whatever these people do, it's not our business, we can't say anything. And yet there was 100 years where they fought against this, the mitnagdim. This is also explained in Isaiah, the spiritual forces of avodah zarah, of idolatry, called Gad and many. And in the name mitnagdim, you can see many, Gad, and met. This is why also these cults have an affinity to the graves. And now I'm going to say something that you need to understand. Just like Hamas, or just like any other group, has its political wing and its like other wing, like its military wing, the Zionists and the Hasidim are together. The Zionists is the political wing of this avodah zarah, and the Hasidim are the spiritual wing of this movement of the Sidra Achra to bring down the Jews. Now, we never needed any of this stuff before. Hasidim is a new movement. Zionist is a new movement. So what do we have to understand? We have to understand that there are different types of Jews. There's the smart Jews, the wicked Jews, the simpleton Jews, and those who don't even get involved, don't know anything at all. You need to figure out what kind of Jew you are, and you need to be a smart Jew, the Chacham. What does that mean? It means that everything you think you know, you better make sure that it has some sort of reliable source. Now, if this is also including our physical reality, you can't just rely on the science. You just can't rely on the government-appointed rabbi. You need to go and learn and understand and know for yourself. And that is what a smart Jew does. So I don't want to hear other people saying things like, oh, the Jews are so smart. Look at us. Jews have so many Nobel Peace Prizes and Nobel Prizes. We're so smart. You have been misled to using your intellect for the wrong things. Yes, God created animals, and God also created medaber chai, speakers. So an animal doesn't ponder his existence, doesn't go looking for answers about creation and purpose in life. An animal just survives. But a human being, a speaker, and certainly a Jew, Yisrael, is supposed to actually look into reality, try to understand, see that there's an intelligence to creation, an intelligence to nature, and learn the wisdom that God gave us in the Torah. Now, the fact of the matter is that right now, everything is basically a lie. This is my experience. This is what I'm learning and understanding. This is what I'm seeing around me. We repented. We came back to live in Eretz Yisrael, only to find a desolate wasteland of everyone doing whatever they want. No one's upholding the laws of the halacha. No one's praying properly. No one. I'm telling you, out of like 1,000 people, maybe 3, 4. This is my experience. This is my understanding. This has prompted me to go and do a lot of research. And now I'm telling you, Jews, we're in big trouble. You need to attach yourself to the Torah. You need to start practicing Judaism properly and not get involved with these cults. These cults, it's also a spiritual thing. I've explained in many videos. It's a spiritual influence of avodah zarah. That's why the 3 excommunications were set in place. And if you are not upholding the excommunications, you are also getting punishments, spiritual punishments, including karet. So I hope this is helpful for anyone who cares about the truth.